Welcome back to CGN. It's Bobby G. I'm delighted to be joined by Will King, affectionately known as Kinger, a senior at University of Kansas. Hey, Will, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for taking some time. I know it's midterms right now, and you just finished an awesome season. So really appreciate your taking a few minutes out to meet with us. We at CGN, we're huge fans of Kansas. We've done a number of interviews with you and some of your fellow players, and appreciate you coming on today.
Thanks
Well,
for
like this, glad to have you. Thank you. Like to start out a little bit about your background, and um, I know that you're from Kansas, but can you talk to us a little bit about how you got involved in golf as a young junior, and from there, I'm going to talk about your awesome high school career, but just kind of how you got started with the game, and how you took to it.
Yeah, so my dad, he started getting me out to the range when I was 5 or 6 years old, probably. He would kind of bribe me with like snacks and soda to get me out to hit some balls with him. So that's kind of how it started. And then, um, yeah, I'd say it was kind of like a slow growth um, during my childhood because like I played 3 other sports as well. I played soccer, basketball, and baseball. Um, so really it wasn't until high school until it became like my main sport. But yeah.
At your high school, was it notwithstanding being a jock that you played three sports, but was it also was high school golf at your school something that you played year round, or was it just in the fall or the spring, or how did that work for you?
Yeah, it was a spring sport. So in high school I played soccer in the fall and then I played just a rec basketball during the winter and then golf season was in the spring.
Yeah, it's really interesting that you say that because, and we have, well, I don't know if you know this. I know you're a subscriber to CGN, but we have a really wide audience from juniors all the way through first, second year Corn Ferry and Epson. And some of the younger viewers, they send in comments and such, and they ask about other sports, which is why I'm dwelling on that a little bit. And I know from the 650 coaches that I know across the country that they love to hear that someone they're recruiting has played multiple sports, just from the athleticism, the teamwork, the competition component and perspective. Was in high school, were you playing those others just because you liked them, but was golf really your forte? I mean, after a soccer game, would you still go home in the basement and punt, or no?
Yes, yes. So soccer, I mean, especially when I was in high school, like golf was definitely taking more of a priority. But I still like really liked playing soccer. I mean, the team aspect of it and just like the competition of it was fun. But yeah, I was definitely like kind of got to a point where it felt almost like it was taken away from golf, and that's kind of why I stopped playing and I ended up focusing on golf after COVID. So my junior year of high school is when I kind of went all in on golf. But I mean, playing the team sports is kind of a big deal in the college recruiting process for golf. I think that a lot of coaches like to see like that team sport background just because like you're going from, you know, playing golf as basically by yourself to playing with the team. So I think that it helps, to have some sense of that teamwork when before you come in instead of trying to create it, I guess, while you're in college.
Last question on you being such a top athlete. This is a tough one, so bear with me because I know in Illinois golf is a fall sport. If soccer and if golf was a fall sport in Kansas, what sport would you have played in the spring? Would it be baseball, basketball, track?
Uh, probably, probably would have been baseball,
Okay.
honestly. Yeah, because that's when the high school baseball season is. So
Okay. I had a feeling it was one of those top sports. All right. I was just curious. So, you obviously had a phenomenal high school career. Um, Before I talk about the honors, that you've won in the champion, obviously being 5A state champion, which is amazing, district champion 21, all state district honors 21, 22. You helped your high school win 3 district championships. You obviously had a lot going on with your golf game. Is there, in addition to your dad, was there another swing coach or other person that you work with to really help you get so good at a young age?
As when I was young and like just kind of learning how to swing, I had a swing coach at my uh, club named Liam Cahill, who he's the guy that really got me started with the game, I'd say. And then my freshman year of high school is when I started working with the coach that I'm still working with today. Actually, his name is Matt Murdoch. He played at K-State actually, so kind of some bad blood there, but no, I mean, like, he's been somebody that I've trusted for years now. So it's been nice to have that, and he's the one that really helped me kind of bring my game to the next level, I'd say, in high school.
Okay. Those are two great shout outs. And you did a shout out for your dad. I don't want to leave your mom out of this equation because I don't want to get tips from her tomorrow. So I'll turn it over to you and let you express your love and appreciation and everything she and maybe your siblings did as well for you to get where you're at today.
Yeah, I mean, my mom, played a huge role in my golf career as well. And she's the one that, um, took me to practice, took me to tournaments, especially when I was growing up. And like, she's always been a huge supporter of me playing golf. I mean, she's always wanted me to um, pursue golf. So yeah, I mean, she's been nothing but supportive and um, definitely provided me with some really good advice too, even though she's not necessarily a golfer herself, but just like how to, you know, practice and get better every day. But she was definitely one of the people that like helped me establish like a good practice routine and all that stuff.
Great. So there you have it, Mrs. King. What about your siblings? Do you have any brothers or sisters that are competitive athletes like yourself?
Yeah, so I've got one of each. They're both my sister's 7 years older than me, and my brother's 8 years older than me. So there's a pretty big age gap. My brother was a football player in high school. So I mean, when I was younger, he we definitely had some pretty good competitions. Um, and like he's definitely somebody that kind of fostered my competitive spirit growing up. Um, my sister wasn't like super into sports really, so as far as the sports side of it goes, I didn't really gain a whole lot from her, but I mean, I gained a lot of other um, great things from her as well.
Great. Sounds like an awesome family. Mr. and Miss King, you should be really proud, as I know you are. Congratulations on raising such a fine young man. I want to talk about your future in a little bit, but how hard was it to think about going to any other school other than KU?
Yeah, tough for sure. I mean, it really didn't take much time for me to commit to Kansas once I got the KU offer, just because I mean, like it was always a really appealing place for me to go play because I was like a pretty big Jayhawk fan growing up. So I always thought it'd be cool to, be able to represent it myself. And yeah, I mean, just like staying at home and being a Jayhawk was always something that I wanted to do. So it was pretty easy.
You guys have one of the absolute best mascots in college sports. You guys even have the Jayhawk on your golf balls too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's I saw one at the tournament. Yeah, it was
yeah,
pretty funny. So, you didn't just show up as a freshman. You played in every tournament, I believe. You had a great finish at the Fighting Irish Classic. I think you finished a couple under par and tied for 17th. You tied for fourth at the regionals at 9 under par. You got into the NCAA championships. What was it that freshman year that everything was just kind of going your way? Was there any one really cool thing that happened to you freshman year? And then also the part B of that question, is there anything that happened that really bummed you out?
yeah. So I'd say the the teammates that I had my freshman year were all super supportive and like made it a really nice team environment right from the start. Um, but I'd say really helped me feel comfortable right away, and that kind of allowed me to play well in qualifying and in that first tournament right out of the gate. And from there, it was just trying to build as much confidence as I could, just through keep by keeping on making the lineup and just staying with it. Um, so I'd say that was like the biggest thing that helped me, play well, especially from the start, which is that team team camaraderie that we had. And then the most disappointing thing my freshman year, that's a good question.
There doesn't have to be one. I was just curious if
Yeah.
there's anything that kind of, you know, bummed you out or you didn't live up to something that you were expecting, or
Yeah. So I actually missed the lineup in one of the tournaments. The first tournament of the spring, I missed the lineup, and I was playing as our sixth man that week. And I remember going into the final round of qualifying for that event. I think I was in like third place, so I was pretty safely in the lineup. And then I just didn't play well the last round and missed out by a couple of strokes. And coming off of a fall season where I felt like I had gained a lot of confidence and like felt like I should be playing. That was definitely something that kind of bummed me out for a little bit there, but I feel like I did a pretty good job of just trying to use it to motivate me to get back in the lineup. I ended up playing pretty well the rest of that spring. So
yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is I like to ask because I like to get into the mental side of the game a little bit again for our younger audience. But so obviously you said you didn't play well. You were playing fine. You said was it the last round you were going into? You were minus. You were in third place. So what kind of went wrong, and then what did you learn from it?
yeah, I think that I almost got like a little bit complacent for that last round. I felt like I didn't really take it as competitively as I typically try and take qualifiers, which was just kind of a young golfer mistake. I think that's pretty easy to make. So yeah, I feel like for me, it was just a matter of ki trying to use, like, that feeling of missing out or disappointment, and just trying to turn it into a positive just to, kinda help me stay more focused, during the following qualifier and just, motivation to practice harder and,
Yeah.
yeah, but I just say, like, just trying to turn it into something positive.
Yeah. So, Kinger, here's the question that I'm really curious about. I know this doesn't happen a lot for you. It happens certainly for others, but on the occasional bad bounce or uncommitted swing or lip out or something that you hit a good stroke, or maybe it wasn't like a fully committed swing, or maybe you didn't do a pre-shot routine or something upstairs that went awry. How do you put that mid round or maybe before the next round? A little different than the first part of that. Yeah, you're saying, for the future tournaments for qualifiers, but mid round, if something doesn't go your way, how do you put it in the back, in the rearview mirror, and how do you move forward?
Yeah, that's something that I think no matter what level of golf you're playing, that's a challenge for literally everybody. So it's still something I'm trying to figure out, but I feel like I've started to get pretty good at just trying to slow things down when things start not going my way, and just kind of focus on my breathing, my paces even, just making sure that everything is, not speeding up. I feel like that kinda helps me feel like I come back to the present moment, and that, just helps put me into a mindset to where I can just focus on the next shot instead of, focusing on the past or my score or, just like all those things that you can't really control, and just focusing on things that you can control. I think that's been the main thing that I've been trying to focus on, and it's definitely helped me, um, get things back on track when they're not, going
Yep.
for.
So I just want to add this next comment into the interview because not only were you playing amazing golf your freshman year, and then even better in your sophomore year, but you're not in an easy major. Tell us a little bit about your major, why you selected it, and what do you love about it?
Yeah, so I'm a micro or a cellular developmental biology major, and I got into it, um, right away, and it was because my mom basically told me, like, to pick something that I was actually gonna, find interest in and find satisfaction in learning. And I've always been a guy that is pretty interested in the sciences. My siblings are the exact same way. I've, for whatever reason, that's just kind of how we're wired. So that's kind of how I made the choice to, start down the pre-med track. And yeah, I mean, it's been challenging at times, especially with travels, like the main thing that makes it difficult. But I feel like like, for me, it kinda gives me, like, an outlet from golf that helps me separate the 2 that for whatever reason, has kind of helped my golf progression as well. I think because it just helps me, when I'm on the golf course and practicing, like I feel like it helps me um, gain more of just have more fun out there, I guess, because I feel like I'd rather be doing that than being locked inside a classroom studying. So I feel like it just helps me bring more joy and just be more thankful to be on the golf course, which has helped with my practice motivation, and it's also be more grateful when I'm out playing in the tournament. Kind of gives me like a sense of perspective, I'd say. Oh, yeah.
What you don't just show up on a golf course, you also show up in a classroom. I mean, your sophomore year, you were named to academic all Big 12. You were honored as Cobo Golf American Scholar. So whatever you're doing, not on the course in the library or wherever, it seems to be working. So congrats on doing both very, very well. Wish you a lot of continued success in what's not an easy major. Your sophomore year and your junior year, I want to talk about those a little bit. So your sophomore year, you actually played in all team events, all 13 events. Um, you led the team in the most rounds under par. You had 9 rounds in the 60s. Those were some special days, and your scoring average came down. Was your sophomore year, just from that summer, just more confidence, more familiarity, kind of getting into a groove that you were able to continue to improve, or what was it? Anything that you can remember that really separated your freshman year from your sophomore year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like making it to the national championship my freshman year, that definitely just gave me more of a sense of confidence and kind of proved to myself that I'm able to compete with the best players in college golf. So I'd say that was kind of my mindset sophomore year, and that just helped me feel more comfortable in tournaments.
Yeah. How important have you found playing, on the bigger stages, the NCAA championships? How important has that been to your development as well?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I think that playing in tournaments that might be a little bit bigger than what you're used to, that's the best form of practice you can get. I mean, like, I think that's how you really can see, like, what parts of your game are lacking and what parts you actually need to, focus on and get better in order to compete and play well at those bigger events, because those are the tournaments that really expose, like, the weakest parts of your game. And it also just the more that you play in them, the more comfortable you get playing in them, and the more you feel like you belong playing in them. So I think that just playing as many as you or whenever you're able to play in those, it's just a huge benefit to your golf game.
It's amazing. And then you took it to the next level. Your junior year, your scoring average came down again. And your junior year, you won the Hawkeye Invitational at 9 under par. Congratulations. That was amazing. And you continued to be, a team leader. You had um, 4 top 20 finishes, including 3 top 10s and 3 top 5s. I mean, you just were crushing it your junior year. So after your junior year, you played that summer. You got into the U.S. Amateur champion. You became the 20th Jayhawk to win the event, meaning the Kansas Amateur Championship. Those are huge wins. I mean, your junior year, Hawkeye, then the Kansas Am, then you get into the U.S. Am. I'm just curious, are you thinking of golf post college? I mean, now that you're in your senior year, or are you just thinking about, one tournament at a time still?
Yeah, it's definitely something that's um been something that I'm thinking about. It's just kind of weird that it's next summer that I'll be making that choice. But right now, I think that I'll probably give it a shot. Just because there's only one time in your life that you can do that, and it's a dream of mine. So I think that yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that I go for it next year. I'd say it kind of depends on how the rest of my senior season goes as well. But right now, I'd say that's my plan.
Okay. We do have a fun question to ask you as we close out here. Kind of curious as to what is your favorite karaoke song?
Favorite karaoke song? I'd probably have to go with, "Sweet Caroline" just because
Okay.
lyrics and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's a good one. We track those. We'll see how it does on the leaderboard. But Will, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure. Really appreciate your insight. Congrats again on what's already been a phenomenal college career, and we're going to be rooting for you and the Jayhawks. Next semester, and hopefully get you in the Natties. And I look forward to covering you and chatting again. Thanks for your time today. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.